news of this segment. Let's move on now to a topic that surprised this week or amazed me about your letter to the current Pope from Latin America and the U.S. that it says that President Nicolas Maduro sends a letter from Pope Leo XIV. What the role do you think it could play the Church in this context? The Pope Leo XIV is just arriving, and it has positioned itself as a balanced Pope, the successor of Pope Francis. It is not usual in Pope's history. It is not usual to see a Pope that arrives and reivindicates the past Pope. Generally, they don't even name them. Not just in the Vatican, in politics also happens. People come to a certain position and they forget of those who were next to them. It happens a lot in politics as well. And the Pope has reivindicated with a great equilibrium and balance, because he's beginning in this road. The Vatican is not an easy institution, it's a centenary institution, and I asked the Pope Leo XIV for help, and I know he did in a prudent way, because he is a Pope, who knows how to move throughout politics, and he has a lot of, and he helped us to rescue Markelis, the child who was separated from eyes. We have already 70 people there from 1 to 4 years old, and we have rescued over 45 boys and girls, including Michaelis, which was a very symbolic case for Venezuela. Pope Leo XIV helped us, and the rescue of the 252 Venezuelans kidnapped and disappeared, tortured in a brutal way on a daily basis in the concentration camps of Nayib Bukele in El Salvador. And it was a miracle to rescue them, because they were accused of terrorist criminals, murderers, accusations that have no base. And with them, we were seeing a concept that it is very used now, which is the imprisonment out of law. They were condemned, captured, as all of us could see. They are persecuting and capturing all of Latino people in all of the U.S. cities. They seized buildings with helicopters, and they are being taken by force, handcuffed. And it remembers a lot of the images of the Hitler Germany, the Nazi Germany against Jewish people. And these boys were the first to be kidnapped. They were taken away, their homes, cars, cell phones, bank accounts, the currency they had, and they sent them to a concentration camp and torture center, and we rescued them thanks to the Pope. And we need to thank Pope Leo XIV. I think I never mentioned this before, but I have a great faith in the Pope, in my Christian Catholic Church, and I am the brother of my evangelical brothers, and we hug each other and we pray together every day. But I am baptized, and I have the blessing of the Catholic Church ever since I was born, and I am a true love. I'm a loyal, and I also, in the case of Jose Gregorio Hernandez, when I visited the Pope Francis in June 2013, I took them, because I am a worshipper of Jose Gregorio Hernandez. He saved me in 2 different occasions of my life, and also several close to mine, and I'm a faithful of him in my Catholic Church, in our Jesus Christ, and I have a great faith that Pope Leo XIV, and as I said to him in the letter I sent to him, to help Venezuela to preserve and won peace and stability, to help Venezuela, and to hug the Pope Leo XIV, to hug Venezuela with his word, with his blessings, and to hug it with the diplomacy of the Vatican as well, for Venezuela to achieve a great victory for peace. And you think he's going to mediate in these situations? Yes. I think he will search for the ways, and we hope for that to happen, what initiative could have. I want to take this opportunity to speak about the ceremonies of beatification of Jose Gregorio Hernandez, who are journalists specialized in this topic. The Pope Francis text is one almost like one of his last saints before he passed, and we are just a few days away from that moment that is not just relevant for your country, but also the devotion for Saint Jose Gregorio Hernandez is continental. And I saw, for example, walls in Haiti, and also I know about pediatricians as well and physicians who are giving their hands to Jose Gregorio Hernandez. Venezuela is preparing itself for a spiritual ceremony. We are already celebrating. Venezuela is in a celebration of union, of reconciliation, of peace. And in a very deep sentence, they are going to be canonized, a couple that doesn't happen every day. They are the first saints of the Catholic Church, Saint Jose Gregorio Hernandez, the physician of the poor, and Carmen Teresa Rendiles Cisneros, who is a monk who expresses humbleness, and he has a great power in his praise. So we are in celebration. In the specific case of Jose Gregorio, there are 70 years of struggle. Someday, the history of all of that process for the canonization of Jose Gregorio will be written, and he's going to receive on October 19th what I said. It is his title, and he won it because Jose Gregorio is protecting our people and beyond. You mentioned Haiti, but I also saw a report from a journalist from Haiti when it was happening. They were coming through some streets, and there was a church with the body embodied of Jose Gregorio Hernandez there, in Haiti, in Colombia as well, in Ecuador, in Peru, in Chile, in Panama, in Mexico, in the United States, in the Canary Islands. There are thousands of worshippers of Jose Gregorio. Jose Gregorio has the power of God and the power of healing bodies, souls, and it has a great significance for Venezuela that in this moment in which we are under harassment and threat by the greatest military power of the history, Jose Gregorio is coming for us with his message and his smile of hope to bring hopes and blessings for Venezuelans very deeply. All of us are very united surrounding this canonization of a man and a woman, saints such as the Venezuelan people is a saint. If there is a saint people, noble, pacific, decent, working people, is the people of Venezuela. That's what we are.